Hello, everyone. I'm Elliot Amundsen, and this is my wife, Renee Amundsen. We're parishioners here at Our Lady of Guadalupe and residents of South St. Paul. And today we get to talk a little bit about our experience with tithing. Tithing is something that we've done from the start of our relationship. When we were married as 21-year-olds, I was still in college, and we made the decision early on that whether we be rich or poor, we would always make sure we were giving first fruits back to the Lord in the form of tithing to the church and to the community. And we really did that, at least for me, following the example of my parents and seeing what they did growing up, where um, many times we didn't have a ton of money, but they always made it very clear that it was more important to give back first, and then whatever with what's left over, that's when we can spend that money on things that we would like. And so we wanted to bring that into our family as parents. We've got 4 young children. And what we found is it's been just a huge blessing for us throughout the years. It hasn't always been easy, but we've always found that as we give money and the more that we've given, we're blessed with a spirit of abundance. When we try to hold on to our money and our material goods, it creates a mindset of scarcity where we're trying to just grab on and rely on things that are ultimately not reliable. The more we give, the more we will let go and return to the Lord, the more we've been blessed with that spirit of abundance and feeling that our cup is overflowing, and it makes generosity and caring for others across all areas of our life much, much, much easier. So it's been a wonderful blessing for us. It's something that as our kids earn quarters or dollars for helping out around the house or doing other things, it's a natural part of our conversations and prayers with them as we talk about money and giving. And it's just really been a wonderful blessing for us all these years.
To speak more a little bit about how we discuss tithing and being generous with our children, think about some of the earliest stories that we tell them from the Bible. There's this little set of books, and one of the books is about the widow giving the last of her food, or the last of her money, and she can't even feed herself anymore, but she's being generous. And there are all sorts of saints that give the clothes off their back or what have you to somebody in need. There's a book called Brother Juniper that's about this brother that dismantles the church because he's providing for the poor people in the village. Another saint that we read about is Saint Bridget, who is a young girl, and one of her tasks on this farm is to churn the butter, and it takes her hours and hours, and this provides like food for her family. But there's a old woman, hungry woman, that comes to the door, and she asks for food, and Bridget gives the fruit of her labor to the woman, even though that means that she won't have food that night. So we talk about how sometimes you give and it hurts, and just because it hurts doesn't mean you stop doing it. So an example of how giving might hurt to us, we're not lacking food after we give, but that might mean that we don't get to go on like a nice big vacation to Europe that we might want to do. It might mean that we eat out at restaurants less, or just some of those extra expenses that you sacrifice and you give to the Lord. So we usually give about 5% to the church, and then we'll give 5% to other charities. And we'll just have a discussion of where we feel the Lord is called to give us our money. And we feel great support for our Catholic school that our children go to, and other great charities in the area like Lakota. But first and foremost, we need to support our parish. So it's been wonderful.